day 22 of Inktober. We're just about towards the end, and today's theme is expensive, which is much like all the equipment I use for my videos. Anyway, we're gonna get started on this one in 5, 4. It is day 22 of Inktober. Yesterday was day 21 and we did a sketch of Dracula for the word drained. But today for expensive, I'm going to go a little bit deeper with the word today. It's going to be kind of interpretive, if you must. It's obvious that I'm drawing a person. That's obvious right off the bat. But this person in particular is a soldier. Now, I'll explain a little bit more later, and I'm sure you'll completely understand, and you guys will be right on board with me with the meaning of this one. Anyways, when it came to working on this one, I started normally as I would with the details of the face. I'd usually start with the eyes and move my way down. I just wanted to get the basics of each detail done, because as I've been sketching more and more people, I've learned that it's best not to go all out on the detail of one part of the face while working on it, because you may have to go back and move that part up, down, over, whatever. So when I was working on this, I started with the eye, the nose, and the mouth, getting everything right. And later on, I actually did have to shorten up the chin a little bit, but not by too much. It worked out. And when it came to the helmet, what I was trying to go for there, I was trying to get the correct level of the helmet where it would be sitting on the head. But most of that was going to be shading under the helmet from where the shadow is casting from the way I have my lighting put on the sketch. Now, unlike a lot of my other videos this month, this one in particular actually had a ton of cross-hatching. In case you didn't know what cross-hatching is, it's where you actually use your shading to where instead of lines going one way for shading, it goes two ways. I'll point it out to you later on whenever I actually start using it. I use it around the area of the forehead under the helmet. I tried to include a little bit of the uniform, but I could not find a functional way to include the barrel of the gun in any way that a soldier would have of a rifle. And honestly, I didn't really have much of a problem with that, because honestly, I don't really like guns too much. Now, when beginning the inking of this, I actually started off using a 03 ink pen, and I went back and forth with that and a 005 for those really fine lines. The 005 is perfect for hatching and cross hatching whenever you just want to display a light shadow, like right there under the nose or right next to the nose and on the lips, and of course around the eye. The 03 would be good for shading where you wanted it to look a little bit darker, which I did use around the forehead, like I mentioned earlier with the cross-hatching. But I also used a 05 for the base shadow of the helmet, other than what I used my brush tip marker for there. And then there's where I began my hatching, and then I turned it to cross-hatching using a 005 to do the initial hatching, and then using a 03 to do the cross-hatching. Then I extended it a little bit further, going back and forth using a 005 and a 03 to kind of get a good transition of shading from around and under the helmet. Also, I forgot to mention, I also used the same technique under the chin around the neck area, as you'll notice there. And when it came to the uniform, I wasn't too worried about major details there, just kind of used primarily shading to show the shape of the uniform around the neck. And when it came to the helmet, I didn't want to be too detailed with that because I didn't want it to pull away from the face. So I just used some basic hatching to show a little bit of shading up there. But anyways, that wraps it up for this piece. I hope you all enjoyed it. And the meaning behind this piece is, when going to war, the only prices that are paid are not only the guns and ammunition. It's also the cost of the human life, which is the biggest price that anybody could pay. And I hope you like that meaning behind this piece, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, give me a like, drop a comment below, and let me know what you thought of it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. But anyways, until next time, this has been As Seen by Austin.